All right, so I got the camper here, or the I got the AC unit inside of the camper, and I'm just gonna do a dry fit, and I need to be able to kind of see where everything lines up and everything to make sure that as I'm cutting anything that it's in the right spot. So we're gonna try and get this thing in here. We'll see how it goes. It might be a tight squeeze or it might just slide right in. We'll see. All right, so the easy button solution is not going to work. This is not going to fit, unfortunately, because of this angle here, and it's so close. It's like not even an inch. So I could possibly take this top off. This top removes to undo these straps. That might be one way to get it to squeeze the rest of the way. It's extremely close. The other thing I could do actually is I could remove that piece of wood. That might do it. Maybe I'll try that. All right, so I thought that this was actually bolted down. It's not. It's just sitting there. So, okay. Maybe that gets us the inch we need. I got these wires here, and they're all kind of, I don't know if we have the clearance we need or not. Again, I'm gonna have to do some wire maintenance. This is just a dry fit, so, or a test fit, just to see if it'll even sit in here and how it's gonna sit and all that sort of stuff. Let's try this one more time. Okay. That all the way down. Okay. Yeah, it's mostly in there. Okay, so let's see if you can see. So the problem that I'm currently having is I have a bunch of wires that come out of this hole here, and it's just at the wrong spot. Otherwise, I think it would kind of go around this bundle. And I have this gas line, the old gas line, right down there. Let's see. Right over here. You probably can't see it, but so it's sitting on that, but we're mostly in position. If I can jimmy it a little bit more, maybe it'll sit flat. Really, it's just these wires that's causing a problem. I may have to cut this piece of wood out so I can get these wires out of that section. And that's gonna be a pain. But it's in. Maybe what I can do is tilt it. We'll see. Okay. So our AC unit, definitely, the whole unit as a whole fits, which is perfect. Again, we're gonna remote this up to somewhere up there. The plumbing, we're gonna have to run tubing for here. What I'm planning on doing is running one tube up this corner through there. I'll have to kind of rebuild that or something, figure it out. Go up into the cabinet, come on over, and then have a vent right there, pointed right down on the dinette, which is obviously not here right now. The other one, what I'm thinking about doing is going up and then punching a hole going through there and going all the way up front, and then having some sort of vents in the bedroom area. That's because a lot of times if you're just sleeping, you could put the whole thing on cool and just cool this upper area up here and you'd be fine. And so yeah. All right, but clearly my challenge is in these wires here. I'm gonna have to get creative on what I do with them in order to get the space. Now, once I have these wires out, there's still a decent amount of space there to be able to push this against here, which should open up the space here. And then the whole thing is going to have to come my way, and again, it's not going to clear those wires there. So yeah, anyways, let's go take a look at the outside and see how that looks. All right, so this is the outside of the camper here, and so we already know that we're gonna have one vent basically coming out right here. Again, the whole thing's gonna get pushed back, and then the reason why I'm putting this in here is I need to figure out where this hole needs to be, because this is the intake hole. So we're gonna have an intake hole over here and an outlet hole over here. The outlet hole actually lines up probably perfectly with this existing hole, but I'm gonna have to cut in a hole into this or make up a new panel. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, so those wires are the problem. I'm gonna take care of those wires, so let's get back in there and see what I can do about them. Oh, pretty easily. So the problem that I have is these wires here are all going through this hole, and if I cut this to get access to it, which I don't know how I'm going to cut it without nicking a wire, then I can pull these wires free and maybe reroute them a little bit, because it literally is just too tight right there, and I'm not sure which wires the major hold up here. Like, that feels tight. I think these are the original wires. Actually, heck, some of these could go back down. Well, I'm not going to get them back down to that plug. So I think the thing to do is just to cut this little section. Cut this little section of wood. How I do that, I have no idea. We'll figure it out. I'm going to reroute all these wires through a new hole that I'm going to drill right in this area here. Reason being, there's just no way to get this stuff far enough away from the edge of the unit. AC unit needs to come back at least a few inches to about this point. So I'm going to drill through here now. Big thing is, I do have plumbing, but it does take a turn. So I'm probably going to go right in here, which will be plenty fine. I'm not sure this is gonna be a pain. Everything's a dang pain. Anyways, I gotta get a hole through here. We'll see how I figure out how to do it. All right, wish me luck. Hopefully there's nothing underneath this. Otherwise, I'm gonna just screw myself. Oh. Carpet's gonna be a pain. All right, bingo. Missed the gas line. That's important. All right, so now I'm just gonna start disconnecting wires, leading them through this hole, and we'll clean this up, make it all look nice. All right, so since I'm going to take these wires out, I already took the power off on the battery, but I just want to go through and figure out what might still be live or not, because there is solar here. I'm just going to do a little test. So these wires here are the solar. I'm not even sure what that is. So what I'm going to do is I have to take all this off in order to get all the wires down here out, so that I can reroute them through my little hole. So I'm going to start taking these off, but I'm going to cap them so that I don't have to worry about any sort of voltages and stuff shorting out. So I got to go get some caps and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I have all the wires moved out of there. I have just these two. These are actually the factory wires, and there's actually enough play in them that I don't really have to play with them right now. I may move them later. I haven't entirely decided, but for now, I don't think they're going to be in the way. And I just need to get stuff fitted and kind of decide what I'm doing from there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put the AC unit back in this compartment. I think I'm going to take this guy off. It's just stapled in. See if I can get it out. Have to grab a hammer or something. I don't need it in here. It was just for the dividing wall, but the dividing wall is not going back in this position. If anything, it's going to shift over a couple inches. So I'm going to get this thing out. And we got some play that we can play with. So the next step is I need to get my tubing that I kind of cut through here and kind of fit it into place up into this spot here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to position this entire unit so I can figure out where I'm going to end up cutting it, because I got to open up a vent port in here. So I'm going to go get the tubing, unless I have it. Oh, I guess I got it already. Okay, so now the question is, how much space did I have? And it should fit. It's going to be close, but I think I should be able to scoot this entire unit over. This goes over here, and then this is going to go right in there. Okay, so far it's looking pretty good. So it's going to go like that. And then this can all move mostly this way. I'm going to have to do something about this. Okay, power cord. Stay over there for now. Okay, here's our elbow. So this kind of goes down like that. This is going to go like that. Okay. So this can go basically right here. So for sure, I guess I'm gonna have to cut in an access hole. Now, I don't know, I might be able to shorten this gap up because there's so much lip here. I could probably do that, and that would actually help me out quite a bit. But what I wanted to make sure was that this was all gonna fit, which looks like it is pretty well. And of course the entire AC unit can move that way at least another couple of inches. So that's pretty good. I'm probably gonna call it here. It's getting hot in the camper. So I don't have any power to run any fans or anything because I took it all out. So far, I think the fitment's looking good. I got all my wires moved over here, and I'm probably gonna end up redoing a lot of this stuff anyways to, this is all work I done a long time ago, and it's probably time that I straightened it out, made it look better. That's the DC to DC charger for the truck, everything. So AC unit fits. Now the only thing is, once I get this completely in place, where this other hole comes to, and then how I'm going to vent all of this. So again, I might just end up cutting that part so that it fits better, and maybe it can go out that compartment, and then I just have to cut this area open, or I just make up a completely new door. Now the thing is, like, so this is the exhaust, this is the intake, and they're gonna be right next to each other on the outside. So I've been trying to figure out a way to maybe blow the exhaust maybe that way and pull from that way from the intake. I do have to take that into account. It's not going to be a perfect solution, but I'm going to do the best that I can to make that work. So anyways, it's getting hot. I got to go sit and kind of think through the next phase. Once I figure it out, I'm going to come back and we'll see what we do.